And then we're gonna season it with kosher salt. If you just put it in your hand and you press down, it's gonna pop open like this. And I wanna press them down into it. Pouring it constantly back on the steak. When I touch that, right, that feels rare to me. Oh, look at that nice caramelization. Excited I am. Okay, so there's a continuation of the whole tariff thing, right? So it's gonna be hitting our food costs. What are some things we can do? We already did the salmon. Now we're doing this most gorgeous filet mignon. So this is actually from the Texas Beef Company. So I actually just got a whole quarter beef. In preparation of the tariffs, I'm like, let's get a whole quarter beef. My son is working out, wants grass-fed, he knows what it is, and so this is actually grain-fed and grass-finished, which is really cool. These are filet mignon, or other known as tenderloin. Yes, they're a little bit different in size, but that's okay because we can have one rare, one medium rare, however you like it. So I thawed these. We picked fresh thyme from the garden. So one of the cool things that I'm doing here is this is really the Gordon Ramsay way of searing a steak. And when I saw him do it, I was like, that's how I'm gonna do it from now on. In fact, I sear my chicken breasts, my pork chops, all this way. So it's so beautiful. So first thing to do is obviously have your meat rest. It's better to have it rest, lay out. And then we're gonna season it with kosher salt and black pepper. And it's okay, it's like rolling around. And then what I like to do is I like to grind it a little bit bigger because I want those nice big chunks of pepper. And I really want to, with steaks like this, you want to get a lot of seasoning on it.
Hey you, why haven't you liked the video yet? Like it now and make sure you're subscribed.
Then what I do is roll it around, get it all coated in the salt and pepper on all sides. That's what we want. And then do it with the other one. I want to make sure my pan's hot, but we got to do some garlic here real quick too. Coat it everywhere, flip it around. You can just smell that, right? That pepper and that salt. So that is wonderful, okay? So then we got them coated. Then we'll set that to the side here. Then garlic. This is a head of garlic grown here, actually in Texas, and we're going to open garlic. If you just put it in your hand and you press down, it's gonna pop open like this, and you're gonna get the garlic, and you can pull it open like this. Now, the unique thing is we're gonna keep it in the husk. And the reason for that is it will cook, and this will become a wonderful like sauce that we'll do a little bit later. So now we're gonna turn the heat on, get the pan hot. Now, normally I would use olive oil in the pan and some butter, but this is Amish butter from Wisconsin, and so we're just going to use the butter to sear these steaks. So this butter is just gorgeous. So we're going to take a nice big wedge of the butter, put it in the pan, get it melting. And with fillets, this is a labor of love. I mean, it's an expensive piece of meat, so I want to take my time with it. So when it's getting hot, and it is, we're gonna take our steaks and we're gonna start to sear them. And I wanna press them down into it. Just make sure they're all pressed down in. Keep it on high. I want that butter to melt. Keep searing it. And then this is the beauty of when I'm using butter, I don't want the butter to burn, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the garlic in right now. Now when Gordon Ramsay does it, he usually does an olive oil, and he sears it, and then when he flips it, that's when he adds the butter. But I found that if you add the garlic with the husk, it'll slow down the burn rate of the butter, so you're not gonna burn the butter as easy.
Celebrate this Christmas with something special. Visit our website and enjoy exclusive Christmas offers on all products.
And what's interesting about like an Amish butter, there isn't as much of the milk solids in it, so you get a cleaner butter is what I've noticed. So now we're searing the steaks. I'm gonna move that garlic around a little bit in that because I want all that flavor coming out. If you get a little husk that pops off, just move that. But that's starting to caramelize, which is great. Now we're not putting the thyme into it yet because when I do that, it's gonna make a loud sprinkle sound because all these little leaves are going to like basically burst into the oil, and that's gonna add a lot of flavor to the steak, which is great. But now we want to sear this thing on all sides, so let's see our sear here. It's getting to be good. We can go a little bit more before we flip it, but you can continue to move the garlic around. It's okay if the husk pops off. What the husk does is it actually prevents the garlic from burning. So, but it's okay to get a nice caramelization on it. Now, we're gonna flip it. Get a nice sear. Oh yeah, look at those. That caramelization on it. Now, we're gonna start to baste a little bit. Just to coat it. And the other reason for this is that we don't want the butter to burn. So by pouring it constantly back on the steak, I'm allowing it so that it doesn't actually burn and all that flavor is getting back on the steak and it's searing on that bottom part, which is exactly what it wants. And then this is when we're gonna add the fresh thyme to it. We've already flipped it. So I'm gonna put it up here and it'll make a nice little popping sound. It's like popcorn going. All that is so much flavor in the pan, and then continue to baste while it's searing. That smells so good. Now, these are big pieces of filet, so we want to make sure that we sear them on all sides actually, because this is filet. So we're starting to get nice sear on that back side, but I'm ready to start searing the sides. This is your pro tip. Nobody really does this with steaks, but chefs do this. And the reason is because a lot of times, like on a New York steak where there's fat, you want to turn that and you want to caramelize that fat, because if you caramelize and get that fat brown, oh, the texture of it is so much better than chewing on like chewy, grainy fat. If it's crispy, you're going to chew on it. So same technique, right? I'm still basting because I don't want to burn my butter. And I'm cooking it at the same time. And notice that garlic and the herbs is really just putting more really great flavor into it. Now, if you are concerned about the butter starting to burn, look at that. There's a nice caramelization. So now, look at that. Wow, right? Then what you can do is you can add a little bit more butter to it. So by doing just a little bit more butter, I'm gonna have more basting liquid, and I'm gonna release more of that flavor of the garlic, and I'm also gonna prevent it from burning. And that's wonderful, because now I have more of this great basting liquid. Okay, so it fell on me. Now let's flip it, because it was ready for a nice flip anyways. When you have two steaks in the pan, you get the benefit of like leaning them on top of each other. Now, as this is searing, one of the tricks to know if steaks are done, so you can actually do a simple little technique with your fingers. So as it's searing, so if I go like this and I touch here, that's rare. So what I mean by that is when I touch that, right, that feels rare to me. It's still rare. This one's probably still rare, but it's more like medium rare, which is here. That's what it feels. Medium would be the middle finger together like that. Now I gotta flip it because I don't want to burn that butter. Yeah, look at that. And I think I gotta flip one more time. On that angle, I gotta get that side. Oh yeah. Look at that. And I need that side right there. Let's get that thyme and that garlic in there. Let's baste it. Same at a record. And then, so I didn't finish saying what medium well is. So then that's medium. So when it feels like that, that's when I pull it off, right? And I let it rest. So that's about medium rare. Then medium well is here. Way too much for a filet mignon. No one wants to eat their filet well done. And then well done is like your pinky with your thumb together. And then the key is after that, you pull it out and you let it rest, covered. And it's really 15 minutes per pound. So really, there's about a pound of meat in here. So we want this to rest. Oh, look at that nice caramelization. That's good. Now, if I'm not thinking that it's very caramelized on that side, we're gonna go a little bit more. That's the beauty of a filet, is you can keep caramelizing it. Look at those colors on that. Now notice my garlic, it's not burned, right? It's getting nice and caramelized. That's great, but it's not burning. The thyme has released all its flavor. So now let's check this temperature. That's medium rare. So I'm gonna pull this filet out. Look at that beautiful caramelization. Still bubbling. I'm gonna put that there. And this is our rare one, but it's much bigger. Now I pull out the thyme, because it's really released everything. It's already now like crispy. And then this is our rare. We'll turn this off. Then what I do is we'll put the rare on. Then what I do at the end, I take all the garlic and everything and I press it in and release, because it's now like roasted, right? So I take all that, I press it in, get all that flavor in there. Then I pour it over the steaks. Okay. Then you can take another bowl or lid or anything. And we're gonna cover that for 15 minutes and we'll be right back. All right, so we've rested these steaks for about 15-20 minutes. We obviously are gonna have a really good rare one, and we hopefully medium rare to medium on that one, but this is really good. So I always like to cut them on a cutting board. Let's do the medium rare one here first. So we'll put that there, and then it doesn't really matter how you slice filet, but we're gonna go like this. Oh, look at that. That is like a perfect medium rare. Beautiful. And then for those that like their steaks more rare, let's check this temperature. That's medium rare. So I'm gonna pull this filet out. Look at that beautiful caramelization. Still bubbling. I'm gonna put that there. And this is our rare one, but it's much bigger. Now I pull out the thyme, because it's really released everything. It's already now like crispy. And then this is our rare. We'll turn this off. Then what I do is we'll put the rare on. Then what I do at the end, I take all the garlic and everything and I press it in and release, because it's now like roasted, right? So I take all that, I press it in, get all that flavor in there. Then I pour it over the steaks. Okay. Then you can take another bowl or lid or anything. And we're gonna cover that for 15 minutes and we'll be right back. All right, so we've rested these steaks for about 15, 20 minutes. We obviously are gonna have a really good rare one. And we hopefully medium rare to medium on that one, but this is really good. So I always like to cut them on a cutting board. Let's do the medium rare one here first. So we'll put that there. And then it doesn't really matter how you slice filet, but we're gonna go like this. Oh, look at that. That is like a perfect medium rare. Beautiful. And then for those that like their steaks more rare,